Alright, what's going on, guys? BB Hero coming back at you after a little bit of a hiatus. Had to take a little bit of a break, but we're back in the action now. Bat we're swinging for today's video is an Anarchy 22 a day. Big thanks goes out to Eric's son for sending this to us so we could check it out. Eric's been a big time help with the channel, sending bats. He's also who owns a compression tester that he's been grateful enough to let us use. Big shout out to that guy for really helping us out. This is a change of scenery as far as fields go, something you may not be familiar with. It's like 285 all the way around. It's kind of a short field. This is really the only thing we could find to hit on this day, and this bat performed very well. I'm just going to go ahead and say that now. So what I'm going to do, just because the short fences are kind of deceiving and you can't really see out there because of the crappy lighting we had on this day, I will put up in the corner balls that did go exceptionally far, kind of like the 325, 350ish range. I'll put some of those up there because this bat was capable of that for sure. And we are hitting nothing but 52 300 game balls and Evil BP 52 pluses for this video. This bat is approved for ASA only, and if I remember correctly, I think Eric said this thing had about 300 swings on it when he sent it to me. This is a 26 ounce, and it was kind of a weird feel weighting wise because it's a half ounce end load. The bat itself felt like a 26, but the end load was just absolutely enormous with this thing. It is advertised as only having a half ounce end load, and had I not known that, I'd have thought this thing would have had an ounce, ounce and a half. Like, I like end loads. I like big, heavy bats. I had trouble doing any kind of finesse with this. It was just, yank it and just beat the cover off the ball with it, and it did well at that. I ain't gonna lie to you. It has a 13-inch barrel just like the Odin, and with that comes the right mix of feedback and response and an absolutely foolproof sweet spot. That's what made this thing so much fun to swing, was the fact that you get that big end load moving and just blow through a ball. Like I said, the sweet spot is impossible to miss with. It's very easy to hit a ball extremely hard with this bat. Same composite handle that all the other Anarchies have used and most of the two-piece stuff these days has. It's pretty rigid for being a two-piece. Not going to give you any kind of negative feedback or any kind of weird whip or anything like that. Real quick though, we're going to head over to the labs and check a few things out, and then we'll come back to the field. So I was surprised to see this thing only came in at 26.1, being as how heavy it felt, and it still had the original grip and everything on it. There's no tape jobs or anything done on it. So to see this come in at 26.1 for as heavy as it felt, that surprised me a little bit. But Anarchies, in my opinion, can be known to have their inloading kind of all over the place a little bit, so I think that's just what the case was with this one. And throwing it on the tester here, most of this Anarchy stuff that I've swung started at around the 1450 to 1500 mark. And being as we got this one used, I have no reason to believe that this one didn't start anywhere in that region. After we've got our rounds of BP on it and the swings that Eric put on it, we're looking at right about 1250. Still plenty of room to go before this thing starts to fail compression. I'd be interested to see what one of these hits like when it gets down to the point of that pass-fail line, or maybe even below it. This thing is hitting the ball well now. I can't imagine what it'll be like then. And for you radar guys, the radar stuff is back. I'm not going to promise it on every video coming up, but we're going to try and get it in as many times as we can here. To my memory, which is not very good, I do believe this is the highest mile an hour I personally have had out of an ASA bat. This hit 96 miles an hour and was all over the mid-90s. I knew this thing had to be hitting well, so I threw it on the radar just to see, and it confirmed what I was thinking. So very impressed by that. Wrapping up at the labs here, let's head back to the field. I'm going to tell you what I think of this thing. So, as I'm sure you could have guessed, this thing is going to get the stamp of approval. When I look into what I would consider giving the stamp of approval to, I'm looking for something that's going to be something that could be just about foolproof. Anybody could pick it up and swing it and say, man, that's a good bat. Now, yes, I did knock on this bat for being a little bit heavy and a little bit hard to control at times, but if you're an end-load guy and you're looking to hit a ball hard, you can't really go wrong with this thing. Impossible to miss sweet spot. That end load is just going to beat the brakes off of the ball. I had 5 or 6 other people swing this bat just to see if maybe it was just me and it was just clicking with me well, but everybody hit this bat well. Again, not to sound way too full of praise with this Anarchy stuff, but hats off to them. They've done it again. Thanks for stopping in and checking it out, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just going to cut to the chase and get this one over with. Be sure and go down below, hit that subscribe button, and turn on those notifications, and I'll catch you in the next video. What ball was that?
Gamer 52. I can't even remember what brand it was.
It felt like a 52, but it came off hard.
It was a 52, I know
Damn.
that.
One more.
Why stop now, dude? I'm not done pitching till you get back up there.
Hey, no, it's your turn.